about the resource that we are going to discuss, it is the classification of the resources. Now about the classification, already we have discussed that in the nature there are lots of things which can be called as resource. Now according to the nature of the product, the classification have been done. So basic classification of the resource have been done according to the nature of the product. Now I can show you this. This is the classification of the resource. Now according to the nature of the product, resource is primarily classified into three main categories: natural resource, human resource and human made resource. Now what is natural resource? Natural resource means anything or any elements that we obtain from the environment or nature, known as the natural resource. Human resource means human themselves, and regarding this we'll be discussing it later on. And human made resource, any material which is made by the human being and can be utilized as a resource, known as the human made resource. Here some examples are given: vehicles, machines, any construction that can be known as the human made resource. So these are the three basic category of the resource classification. Now coming to the next classification, the natural resource, as there are plenty of things that nature is giving us or nature has gifted us. Now according to some basis, the natural resource have been classified. Now on the basis of origin means how the product or materials or resource have been originated. According to that, on the basis of origin, natural resource can be classified into two main types: biotic and abiotic. So you can see biotic resource and abiotic resource, these are the two main category under the origin or under the particular basis of origin. Now next category you can see, on the basis of renewability, resource can be renewable or it can be non-renewable. On the stages of development, there are three types of resources: actual resource, potential resource and stock type of resource. And the last classification, according to the availability of the resource in any area, the resource can be classified into two main categories: ubiquitous type and localized type of resource. Now first we are going to discuss about the origin of the resource. Now according to the origin, there are two types of resources: biotic and abiotic resource. Now first we'll be discussing about the biotic resource. Biotic means, what does the word bio means? Living things. The biotic resources are those resources which is coming from a living organisms. That can be animals, that can be plants. We can see the examples of the biotic resources: domestic animals, wild animals, bird, fish, any type of reptiles. Apart from this, grassland means grasses, herbs, any type of trees, plants, everything. Actually they falls under the biotic resources. Now these all biotic resources have some ability. And what kind of ability? They have the ability to reproduce or regenerate by themselves in the nature. That is why they are also known as the renewable resource. That means they can be renewed in the nature by themselves. That's why they are known as the renewable type of resources too. So biotic resources and renewable resources, you can see, as they can be generated again and again or reproduced in the nature again and again. The next category that we are going to discuss is about the abiotic resource. The word abiotic means non-living things or any type of the things that is lying in the physical environment or coming from the physical environment. Example of the abiotic resource: land, soil, air, water, minerals, everything, because they don't have life and that we obtain from the physical environment. That's why they are known as the abiotic resource. Now in the abiotic resource, some of the physical environment or physical elements, they have the ability to be restored in the nature and they are not going to finish from the nature after every use. That means they are not getting diminished from the nature after every use. Look at the example: air, water, sunlight. Every day sunlight is coming, we have the plenty amount of the water and air also, and this kind of resources actually there are plenty in the nature. And there are some other type of the physical elements or abiotic products. They are actually non-living and they have very limited quantity in the nature or limited amount in the nature. Once they completely finished from the nature, they again cannot be reproduced or regenerate. That's why they are known as the non-renewable types of the resource. So basically non-renewable type of the resource, example, minerals, like anything, iron, copper, gold, silver, these are the examples of minerals. Fossil fuels, coal, petroleum, natural gas, these are all, once they completely finished from the nature or diminished from the nature, they cannot be again reproduced in the nature. That's why they are known as the non-renewable resource too. The next category that we are going to discuss is about, on the basis of renewability, there are two types of resources, renewable resource and non-renewable resource. Now, renewable resource basically means, the word re means again and again. As they can be produced again and again in the nature, they are known as the renewable resource. Example of this kind of renewable resource, all the biotic products or all the biotic elements like animals, plants, human beings, they are all known as the renewable resource because they can be regenerated or have the ability to reproduce themselves in the nature. Now, in the renewable resource, there are some type of the resource actually which does not get exhausted after every use. That means there are plenty in the nature and which cannot be get exhausted after every use. This type of resources are known as inexhaustible type of resource. That means they does not get exhausted in the nature after every use. They are known as the inexhaustible type. Example, land, air, water, sunlight. Just now I have given you the example. Same example, they have been known as the inexhaustible type of the resource. That means they do not get exhausted after every use in the nature. Now we can come to the next category, non-renewable resource. The word non-renewable means they cannot be renewed in the nature. Once they completely finished from the nature, they cannot be again reproduced or regenerated. That's why they are known as the non-renewable type. Now these are the resources which after every use they diminish in quantity, and once they completely finish from the nature, again they cannot be produced. Example, all type of minerals like iron ore, coal, gold, silver, copper, bronze, everything falls under this category, along with the fossil fuels also like coal, petroleum, natural gas, everything. These are all non-renewable, they cannot be renewed. Now in this category of the non-renewable, some of the metals or minerals like gold, silver, iron ore, they can be recycled. That means once the product are not in use, the new product we can make from that type of product too. That is why they can be recycled in the nature. But in a same context, we can say that fossil fuels cannot be recycled in the nature. So we can see this as they are very much limited in the nature. We have to think before we utilize this kind of resources to our various type of activities or for our various type of activities. Now the next classification that we are going to discuss is about the development of the resources, or on the basis of stages of development. There are three basic category of the resources are there. Now first thing that we are going to discuss is about the actual resource. Now the word is giving you the idea what can be the definition of the resources or this type of resources. Actual resource means when there are some number of amount of the resources are there in the nature, their actual quantity and quality already we know. And how we know? Through the detailed survey or through the procedure of the detailed survey, already we know the actual quantity and quality of the product, and they can be put to use or they can be put to use actually for a various purpose. This type of resources are known as the actual resource. Example, look at the example like iron ore or coal deposit in India. As the government of India know, in their country where are the deposit of iron ore and coals are lying. Basically they can extract that kind of coal and iron ore from that area, and it can be put to use for a various purpose by the government or by the agencies. So basically here you can see that already, as through the detailed survey we know where it is lying, and by that we know the exact quantity and quality of the product. It will be helpful for the country to make the development. That is why actual resource is very much necessary for the country to make the progress for the development. Now in the part of the actual resource, if in the future can be developed with the help of available technology for the profit of the country or for the development of the country, that part of the actual resource is known as the reserve. Reserve means we are saving something. So when a part of actual resource have been or in the future can be converted to become a useful resource for the country with the help of available technology for the profit of the country or development of the country, that is known as the reserve. Now the next category that we are going to learn is about the potential resource. The word potential means, what does the word potential means? Here the word potential means have the ability. So basically potential type of resource means any type of resource which is giving us the idea that that resource have the ability to perform fully in the nature, but with the lack of technology or for the procedure, with the lack of knowledge of the human beings, they have not been utilized properly. These kind of resources are known as the potential resource. So basically we know that potential resource have the ability or the particular capability to perform, but with the lack of technology and human knowledge, they have not been utilized properly or they have not been utilized to its fullest. These kind of resources are known as the potential resource. Example, already in the beginning of the chapter I have given you this example. The waterfalls in Africa. There are numerous number of waterfalls, or numerous waterfalls are there in the Africa. But as we know that the Africa don't have that kind of technology to harness the force of the falling water to convert it to become a hydroelectricity. That is why we know that this is a potential resource for the country of Africa. So here it is the definition about the potential resource. In the future it can be utilized to its fullest strength when a detailed survey can be done, and with the help of technology we can utilize it. That time it can be utilized to its fullest, but for the time being it had not been performed to its actually fullest strength. That's why it is known as the potential type of the resource. And the last classification under the resource that we are going to discuss is about, on the basis of availability, resource can be classified into two main categories. One is ubiquitous resource and one is localized resource. Now ubiquitous means a type of resource which is available everywhere. Every part of the world it is available. That type of resource is known as the ubiquitous resource. Example, sunlight, air, water. This is available in the all part of the earth surface. That's why it is known as the ubiquitous resource. Now what is localized resource? Localized resource means a type of resource which is only confined to a particular region. It cannot be available in all parts of the earth surface. This is known as the localized resource. Now under the localized resource we can give the example of the iron ore. Iron ores are not available in all part of the earth surface. In countries, in certain part the deposit of the iron ores are available. Look at the example of the copper, look at the example of the coal. These are the deposit which is available in a certain part of the earth surface. That's why they are known as the localized type of the resource. So up to this much we have learned about the all type of classification under the resource, and resource can be classified under this kind of categories, and there are several number of categories are there or bases are there. On that basis the classification of the resource have been done. Now up to this part we have completed about the natural resource. The next part that we are going to discuss it is about the human resource. Now human resource means, already I told you the definition, human themselves. Now why human themselves can be called as a resource? In today's modern world or present world, Human resource is the most important resource, and human resource actually means the quality of the people along with the quantity of the people. Now, by the quantity, we mean that the total number of population and the distribution of the population along with the density of the population of that region. It is known as the quantity of the people. Now, what is the quality of the people? Quality of the people means their physical and mental ability. Together, it is actually the human resource. So, human resource actually means it is about the quality of the people and the quantity of the people. Now, human resource is the only resource who can call themselves as a resource. The other type of the all substances or all other type of the resource cannot be called as a resource by themselves. They has to be utilized by the human beings, then only they can be called as resource. Look at the example, plants. Plants cannot be called as resource until and unless they are not adding any value to the nature, they are not adding any value to the human life. That is why all the different type of the resource like plants, animals or other resources, they cannot be called as resource until and unless they has not been put to any use by the human beings. That's why human beings are the only one who can call themselves as the resource, and that is why human beings, with their help of knowledge, with their help of skill and with their help of technology they acquire from that nature, they can transfer, convert any type of the material or substance to become a resource. That's why human being is the most important resource, and it is known as the human resource in the modern world, and it is the most important resource for the whole world in modern time. Human being can able to transform or convert any single substance to becoming a resource. That's why they are the most important.